Hey guys, I'm Kingling25, your jack of all games, your master of none, and today is the last day 2024. So I thought I'd do a little stream for myself and just have a little fun. I hope everyone's doing okay. I see Alex, Mohammed, and Sammy Sector were here first, second, third, respectively. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start working. Is that? Don't. Easy. That's a little close. Ooh, wow, that's a little close on that naming convention. So, anyways, so today we are going to play just relaxed, chillax, and just play ourselves some Ace Attorney Investigation. Now, this is a game that's not featured on Phoenix or Apollo or what have you. It's focused around our favorite prosecutor. I was bribed to say it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, I will. Whatever. I want to cut though. Anyways, this is focused around Miles Edgeworth. There are two game series. One that only hit the US as a DS game title and was barely available. The second was never available in the US, only in Japan. A while ago though, we had Ace Attorney Investigation released last year, which has both titles. So I will be working on playing through both of them. So then we have Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and then 1 hour game I want to try, and then which would be a 3DS test on a new PC, and then finally the last of it, Spirit of Justice, and that'll be all the Ace Attorney games ever. So let's get into the sucker. Live. Whatever. So, in any case, why is that still set that way? Hang on. Turn that off. Turn that off. That is much better. I forgot I had the dolphin. I forgot I had the dolphin crop switch turned on. I was testing out Wind Waker. A little better. English, please. Why did I click that? Next. Let me play. All right, so this plays a little differently. It's outside the court, and we're basically just investigating the crime before it goes to court. We have, like I said, we have two games, regular and Investigation 1 and Investigation 2, which is Prosecutor Gambit. I will be playing that later. We can also select the style of art, which is old school versus new school. I like that. Yes, please.
Objection!
Thank you for that. Everything old is new. And yet there are trophies available for the game. So yeah, if you're playing on PS systems or Xbox systems, you get trophies or achievements or whatever. What have you. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? I like that option. That's the job of prosecutor after all. Looks dope. That might be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter the cost. The one thing I like about the very first case in every single Ace Attorney game is that bad guy, instant. You know who is right at the front gate. I'm a project on prosecutors, always have been, always will be. I'm not gonna read all the lines because they do get, it does get kind of hard on my throat. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Dumpshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keep it clean. You hate reading. Hmm? The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe. Hmm? What's that smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Uh-oh. Nice view of the Scott City. But what the? Well, that's a way to start the night, isn't it? You better have a good old reliable water. I always do. So, how's everyone doing tonight, by the way? I'm just kind of curious, because I know everyone has their own plans, their own thing. And I'm probably going to be left alone in a little bit myself, because, hey, it's New Year's. Everyone's out partying, I think. Hmm? Identify yourself. I can't do that. You have some nerve. Committed murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away and committing murder in my office. No one. Wow. Miles Edgeworth. So cold-blooded, he scared away a guy with a gun. Without a gun. His name is Miles. He worked as a prosecutor in the local district. Little did he know that upon his return home after a month abroad, he would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Ah! And there's a favorite. Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is the crime scene. When I heard of a murder taking place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... look at the your office. It's totally trash. I'll say the culprit soiled my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Or murder. Well, it sounds like you're really getting burned up with this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Just like you with Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not look anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads and info we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Pick a thing to pique my interest. Why did, of all places, the murder occur in my office? Okay, here's our part of our new the system of this game. I get the nagging feeling this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really, especially because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? I'll let the game explain it. If you think carefully about it and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do I use it? First of all, I recall the information we gathered with the L bumper. Then I connect them together with X. So, logic puzzle. This is how it works. Smash the L bumper to bring up your points of information. After that, you confirm each piece of information you want to try to connect and hit X. If it works, you get a flash. If it don't, you take damage. For security reasons, all prosecutor doors are up is locked, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in there. Oh. There we go. It's impossible to miss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. That's exactly what I was thinking, sir. Yeah, right. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my office. What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to the conclusion, only truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But I think carefully before piecing these together, the logic will flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Second system is very similar to how you do a normal Ace Attorney game. Look around a place, click stuff, see what's up. It's basically examination. And when I want to examine something, I simply use A when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use X, okay? I'll give you a great, precise device as an 8th investigator, sir. Something I'll to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Okay, let's get started. The first bit of obvious is the freaking gun on the floor. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it means the killer made their escape after disposing of the gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to let me as to where? Oh, I know. I would issue the exact same model. I think. So, detective? I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. Thank you for saying what I want to thanks. But now that I think about it, you do see them all around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct detectives. Okay. Oh, you knocked over your chess set. Hey, all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you're interested in chess. I'm not a little bit. I'm actually pretty good checker, but I thought I'd give it a chance to try. In that case, I suppose I could set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the game to tax my mental acuity that much. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relax on this sofa. This thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit down too just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until the case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard to be a real trooper to the end. Even with this case, though, I don't think you can afford to take any time off. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. Not really. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month at a cocktail for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will resolve. Wendy. Oh, Wendy, old bag. Oh, this irony. How painful are thy thorns. Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that's stuck? Nothing, not detective. You do not remind me of her other. Oh, the good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared the harm. Anyway, I still haven't actually sat down watching that show. What's about it again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Oldie Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat evil magistrates. It is a show geared towards children. However, its high production value and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Fans like the Pink Princess, Warrior, Little Oldie Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai, along with the delusion merchandise, and even a new stage show, it gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabbit fanboy? Of course not. Anyone who keeps up with society knows at least this much. That's conversation lasted longer than I expected. Let's return to the investigation. Oh, your trophy, the Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. The only sentence is the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. That's my own worth. That is something only I can determine for myself. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometimes. Unfortunately for him, his monthly worth is tied directly to his worth to me. We're just getting the random stuff knocked out first. Watch out for tea fragments here, sir. That killer is going to pay his tea set. Mate, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. Wow. Now I feel like the killer's wasting one of my monthly paychecks. Alright, now let's get to the meat and grit. Because you can walk around often and just basically talk and examine things that are totally pointless to the case. It's fun sometimes. Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. Yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. You lost on the side of the desk. Oh, how I missed you. So tight, it looks newer than I first bought it. Oh yeah, this thing's so polished it makes the mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time out of the way, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And yet you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit, the death never looks better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Ah. Alright, so after you examine something, you see the icon above Edgeworth's head, but I have a checkbox there. Anything you haven't examined will show up as just normal. So let's start by the obvious stuff. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest till I inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. So first off, we have a body. Second off, we have your books and files. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, there's the logic. Oh, I tried so hard to keep the place spotless while you were away. I mean, it is rendered all the time after I put it in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I water the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list of the weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place to the sparkles. Does it have a life? Alright, let's see here. There's blood over his lower abdominal area. Looks like the bullet passed clean to his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they are done processing the crime scene. Oh, now we got some stuff for our organizer. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course, the safer way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to, but I have but to press R bumper to open my organizer. But the organizer is the only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on it, and it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. He's right. That's cornerstone of the game. Check your facts. Even a single word can help make or break a case. So let's see what's in there right now. So we got the badge and the bullet was clean to the victim's abdomen. The body was found at 2:05 a.m. Any piece of evidence with a magnifying glass, you can push A on and examine deeper. Sometimes just a picture. Other times that you can scroll around evidence and may see what's in there. Profiles are simple. You can see who the victim, friends, and enemies, all sorts of cool stuff. So let's continue. So, looks like he had some blood in his hand. What's this? What do we have here? I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. Well, quick-a-dink. Let's take a look inside. Police Department, Buddy Faith, rank detective. Number 1193964. What does that mean? Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear our victim was a detective, just like you. I see I got a few pieces of pertinent information. I can't pronounce anything these days. Now, the company use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. We're not done though. I have a couple more things I want to poke at. I don't believe it. I packed the files on these shelves so tight. Not even earthquakes to make them fall off, but let's look at them at this rate. The rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Well, once the vacation's over, we'll put them back on the shelves. So let's start using some logic. So once again, L bumper. So let's connect some logic points up. We only have 4 pieces, but it's pretty simple. We have a buddy face who apparently was a detective, and we have a revolver that's only used by a detective. Let's piece them together. Got it. The revolver, a standard model used by detectives. Could it have been a long term recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir, on now. Excuse me, pal. Let's see, what do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth's eye. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So a PR killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. This is evidence mode. As I was saying, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the right stick to rotate, notice it's in the bad angle. LR zoom in and out to get in the nitty gritty. And A examine. Only one thing to really examine here is the cylinders. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the victim with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a possibility. I guess this is about all. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to Jim. Why, oh why, how could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me. Leave me alone. Just let me be. There's no such thing as acting poorly. It's just acting and then overacting. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body. Don't talk to him like she's just some lump of flesh. He's dead, so I would assume right now he is a kind of a lump of flesh. I know it's kind of cold, but look at him. Jim looks like he just returned in for the night. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my matters? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, is that Jock Portman, prosecutor? Jimmy, my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I like you. I am also a prosecutor. Detective gets gumshoe, sir. Sure, you're Miles Edgeworth. So I guess this is your office. Yes, that's correct. That's you. You're the one who killed Jim. Hey, don't go jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. I prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And when the owner of the office had the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I'm not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. The key to the doors was me the entire time, okay? One moment. One stray moment. Interactions. Really? Huh. Thank you. Who the heck would admit that? So only the ones gonna hear me. Wait, that was means. I'm not sure what it means. So it's you then. You're a gym killer. No way, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. It isn't too early to draw conclusions. Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I have all the rumors about you. You're a great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry, barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there. Sir. I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner Jim. Are they really using the evidence camera for that? I should probably give them some space. Well, in the meantime... Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? Did they shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutor debut in? Oh, they shot through it. It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Like what? I take it you haven't noticed that, detective. This is a giant contradiction right in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. This is about somewhere between games 2 and 3, if you're wondering. Why am my head so low? Oh, yeah. That's better. AI. Camera AI. I should turn off the gestures. But I have my own method, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence, or scene's off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. In this case, it's the bull hole. This is it. This bull hole is where the contradiction lies. When I find something that's off, I should point out my cursor at it and press X to deduce. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. So we have a bullet in the man's gut, and now we have a bullet in the painting. We also have a revolver that was shot once. Present. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in his room. The first fell the victim, and the second fell in this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. We saw evidence of this earlier. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different weapon. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I know something, sir. Yes. What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. It's a secret safe? Oh, wait, my money. I'll spare those the trouble and say it. Just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, I can kind of move this frame out of the way. What is that? Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happened. I'm not here to dust it for once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here. Oh, I kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really, I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's in there? Right now? Nothing. We only use this drawer especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it. Talk about squash my hopes and dreams. I won't rest and inspect every nook and cranny. Well, the obvious thing is this. Now, this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it a bit too clean? Yeah, the thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, forensic scientist? Sir? Could you please dust the area for fingerprints? Yes, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it's been wiped down well. All the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. Secret safe has been added to the organizer. Nice. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this stuff back. Time to rush and calmly play connect the dots with this info we have. So let's see what we got. We have 4 pieces of evidence. Signs of struggle, I don't feel right. That's not right. This and that. Connect them. Got it. I believe I figured out what the murder was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean with fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I would have known that the motive behind this was a break-in. This break-in was theft. Changing what the other piece of information can tell me about this crime. So whenever this happens, we go right back to logic mode and we can do it again. I don't think this has anything to do with the information right now. So this and this. I think. Yep, there we go. There's a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like, he's annoyed. No matter the limit, the dead will not come back to life. Unless you bug my FA. Or pearls. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore my files to the rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite being Mr. Edgeworth's office. We got on one, keep it tight, pal, okay? Done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh, the blood stains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then this guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. Said the homicide detective. I'm certain there's something wrong in this picture. Well, first thing first, the most obvious thing is this. Sorry, my bad. I have to just... Wrong button. Since where the bullet was lodged watch, it went through the victim, huh? Would the bullet be lodged so squarely in a file's spine? In case the file was ransacked after the shooting had occurred. I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. Here's the victim was in the sitting position here after being shot. That would be a logical conclusion. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hand here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. These notes have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. I put them back, all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killers moved the bodies to flip to my shelf. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. And now the body. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proved that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. Now we have to make deductions. It's the only thing I can do. So this is what we got. It's a toughie. I think I have an idea. Only one shot was fired. Hey, isn't that off of where the body was? Eureka! This is clear where the conscience lies. Apparently not. So when you flub it up, you get a comedy scene that says, "No, you're an idiot." I still think I need to deduce it somehow. Eureka! One more time. Oh, here we go. There's clearly a contradiction here. There's this bullet hole here. What do you mean, sir? Wrong bit of... Right spot, wrong bit of evidence. You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Does that mean... Wait, what does that mean? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. It was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused the problem with the bullet hole position? The order of the... Let's see here. The position of the body, we can't... That's okay. That's fine. We're done. The handprints, we can't really deny that because of blood. So, order the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean how I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh. Yeah, you can see here how the files that were shot begin with the number O. What is it doing all the way down to there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as it's seen in my mind's eye. But the numbers are out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. From this, we know the files were not in this order when the crime happened. Ah, that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find. Now that looks a lot more clear. You think it'd be okay to pop the body back up to how it was before it moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the molehill is now where it should be logically. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Fade, and then put the file back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceed to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man, then look through his file one more time? Puzzling indeed. These files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene as it was at the time of the murder, the time of giving it a look. Let's see, that new bit of evidence. File in disarray. So we can't use any logic here. As expected, the molehill is now where it should be logically. And we figured out the killer went through your bookshelf twice. Or two jerks went through the bookshelves, one apiece. Indeed, there are many things that the killer did that don't make sense. But to figure out the why, we need more info. These handprints belong to the victim, right? They make sense with the body in the body position. Yes, he must have left them when he was trying to support himself after being shot. However, the palm pistol device showed that it was moved. I need to go to this crime scene with a fine-tooth comb one more time. Well, I think it's an obvious thing. This... What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, please say something. It appears that one of my files was stolen. That's all. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? One of the files written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Interesting. If you take damage and then when you have damage taken after finish the investigation, you recharge. Looks like Jim was able to leave with the name of the killer in the end. And the most important message, man, is to reach us. I'm telling you, it was me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear your beloved partner's guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough. What would you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. Alright, here we go. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. There must be some sort of flawed logic waiting for me to dig out. What are you going to do? What I've always done before. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flawed logic with a technique. So, if you play past the Attorney games, yeah, it's the same thing. I'll say you might as well for a refresher. Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open either R bumper and present that piece of evidence. To present something, I just hit X, but that's old news. But it's not going to be a flaw in the testimony every time, right? Nope. Of course not. Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness L bumper. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll sure try the technique out during the investigation, too. Very well, let me show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Alright, this works just like it does in any other Turing game. Go to a testimony, or in this case, an argument. Press it when you get more info, and present and kick butt to get the object. Detective Gumshoe, that's all I'll read it out first time. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the file to make it look like you had committed the theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in the front of the bookshelf. Well, thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letter the body was hiding. It'll be by foul words that you will be brought to justice. God, I cannot speak today. You tend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's words. He's calling for his killer's arrest. Oh, I gotta fix that message, don't I? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaws in man's logic and expose his credible evidence. Once the testimony is done, you go back to rebuttal. Alright, so we have 5 bits of testimony to push on. So we're first, when I always play this, I always try pressing everything to be. It gives me a lot of fun stuff to play with. Sometimes it's gonna become comedic. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. Why do you call the victim Jim when it's clear his name is Buddy Faith? And then obvious, Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jock and Jim. Don't those two names go together? Peanut butter and jelly. Jim isn't close to the guy's real name. A little bit dirt on my mic. Well, Jock and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Plus, he's the third bunch of guys that decided to nickname Jim. I swear up and down, this man is probably trying to push for a "he's dead Jim" Star Trek joke at some point. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Further, you messed with the files to make it look like he had committed theft instead.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? That's true, then okay, maybe the intent was theft. Are you kidding me? Stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your shallow's been cut so much that his life's getting a little too rough to handle. I have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them have to be instant noodles, but poor thing. What evil prosecutor you would pair up with? What a motive, no? So that's when you moved in by. I was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
Hold it!
Okay, that's what's going on. She's going up there. Just checking a couple things here. Alright, yep, okay, good. All that's done. That's just random stuff. And why did Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody lair that his body was hiding. Oh, sorry. Once you already preview, you can just B-tap and then go and get everything really fast. Handy.
Hold it!
Alright, hold it. Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covered quite well, when you said. That's how I missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. What do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. A lot of person can understand about another from first impression alone. Can't say I experienced him on that one. Oh, you son of a decision, sir. Not you too, Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective is to be the culprit. Nobody could overlook bloody letters. And I can prove it with evidence. So at the start, this usually tells. It would be by his followers that he would be brought to justice.
Hold it!
Last press for the heck of it. Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yup, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering about over there? Can't you mention my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in it. Gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now include Mr. Portsman by presenting him with some evidence. Alright. So when going to the press earlier, Edgeworth picked up a big one in this right here. But thanks to that, you didn't know the bloody letters his body was hiding. Here's the thing. If Gumshoe was the culprit, and he did steal, is the bad guy, and he would have found the file and he found a thing and stole it. He would have seen the letters. It's right there in white and red in this case. So, present.
Objection!
So, objection. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portland, there's a serious flaw in your logic. Bring up a little bit of the courtroom to this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by powers of the office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, I may direct your attention to this missing file. What? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on a shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spot.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. That face! Which means... what exactly? What does that make the die message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent of tampering with a crime scene. My shoulder itchy. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman? Brilliant, absolutely splendid. Logic deserving Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Well, you win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. I want some cherry, even though I feel more dead than alive. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However, you got something? What is this time? Are you still after me, pal? You and me for a second. Who had the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved I'm an innocent, pal. Guy plays with Jack a ton. That's absolutely right. I acknowledge your innocence. Then why since you still have something to say? Stop playing with your jacket. Well, I'm thinking, do you know there is one other person with the key to this office? One other person? There is indeed one other person with the key to this office. Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? Lady? The girl is a member of this building security. Think of her as a material wetness. Do you think no, stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Oh, no. Literal misfortune. Poor Maggie Bird being dragged right into the limelight again. I call him as Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie. Miss Bird is a security guard on the watch tonight. I see, and your point is... My point is that you could have very well used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all office doors in the building. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you? I would never sneak in someone's room. That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it. Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Oh, well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, me. If it was you, you have no problem with that, right? I got a lot of work to do to rewrite my stuff. That girl was the only one who couldn't commit the crime, and for one simple reason. Alright, hit me with your stuff. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird stuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then it leaves only Miss Bird as a prime suspect. On top of it, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making all the more probable she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key. This can open every office door. It's controlled by security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this and now. A flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if anyone else other than a Miss Bird who could use the key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portman is to give me more details. To press him. We got that Miss Bird stuck into your room using the key. So we obviously have to press the man every step of the way. Okay, must be some kind of read or write arrow. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could use the key? There's only one person on staff this time of night. At night, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? Yeah, that's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able. What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. You can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Heard out. Ask more deep. Not so fast. I too am interested to hear what Miss Bird has to say. Did I say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear your lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered the master key was missing at around 1 in the morning, sir. What do you mean by missing? Oh. I thought it was killing me. And then it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you think? I can't believe someone like you would be taken inside such words.
Objection!
After that, the key? Then like, no. Why do you have the key now? I don't quite know. It just reappeared on all of a sudden. Oh, great. That's not good. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want just how bad her luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. But you still haven't established Maggie's motive from breaking into Miss Edgeworth's office. A motive? Did we establish that it was the theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went to the bookshelf and at least tried the safe. And as Mr. Preston said, the detective can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points toward the motive of theft. Not Maggie's motive, though. What reasons would she have to take it? Well, I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack from a few facts of my own. Privacy notes.
Objection!
Ah, there we go. Present the safe on that bit of testimony. Do you usually continue insisting that Miss Burr was set on stealing something? Why not? The truth, after all. But it's also by your little logic that we came to this whole theory conclusion anyways. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. He's shocked. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, I didn't know about the safe, pal. That means there's no way Maggie could know about it either. Proposing that the killer is a prosecutor. Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. He looks like he's gonna crap himself. That's funny. Yeah, himself. We saw the cutscene. Curses! Why? What made you? What's with the anger face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. He's changed his gears way too hard too. It's Jim. He knew about the secret saves. What did you say? Oh, that's why. Test it real fast. Should be a new item on the list. Smart on the stroll and ultra palm. There it is. That's what I told him. I filled him on the secret saves. And then that means, yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously, it's wrong me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now it's the victim of the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Miss Maggie Bird? Excuse me? Oh, that's low. But killing going a bit too far, even in your rescue profession. You're still accusing Maggie of murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have a key to the office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah. Pretty impossible for a supposed stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved him from Jim after you killed him. Miss Portsmouth, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Among thieves? No way. The only honorable thief I know of is Sly Cooper, not the Holden Ball Wax. Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you be so kind as to see yourself out? You can't kick it out. It's in Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run the show. How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. We have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't dismember you here. Well, that's a turn and a half, isn't it? Between each chapter or moment, you get to save your game. The game has an auto-save feature, if you're wondering, which is handy for other stuff. But you can also save scum and get set up your own save points. Very handy. What is it with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Maybe if it ain't your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find him some real solids, prove Maggie is innocent. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. True. So then what now? Looks like my wife's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking to anyways. Really? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against this bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. It's investigation time. Well, first things first, this is probably obvious right here. Isn't this the missing O series file? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So, what are these O files about, sir? I guess they have something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases in these files are not mine. They belong to a high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. That means the thief must also want the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. One of the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. Petition is excellent. Talk about luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would sleep even out here, detective, in the hallway. Whatever I do, I just always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand, but always end the same way. Me getting trounced on by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning, actually. I won't rest on inspecting every nook and cranny. I've seen that line already. 1202. These four numbers on the plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops. Hey, the number plate's fly right out, sir. They have to be able to take the plate off when it becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea it can be so easily removed, it's kind of iffy. A metal is a classy door made of top quality wood. It's very maturely made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately. Shut up, Navi. I wish I could be as stately as this door. Only Gum should praise the door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live with your full potential, there's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone? Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. What is a basketball doing here? That's much important for my position, sir. I think I'll play soccer, dodgeball, even tennis. Tennis? I used to play tennis. I was junior varsity in high school, actually. Alright, let's do the chest them real fast. Redeem. Cool. That works. Oh my god, it's Winston. Looks like quite a Pinterest you have to birth. To be sure, the murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office, no trifling matter. It was fine, apprehended, punished to kill a Korean post haste. Sound like a messy case you got in your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious, I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? No one cares. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. You must know I weighed myself this morning. I'm fine at 154 pounds. Congrats. But I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything okay, sir? Or if I stay focused, or you may start to lose even more weight. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, this should be just outside next to the building a long time ago. So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard it didn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? Ugh. This office. 12. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again? It's Mr. Portsman, sir. So here's my new neighbor. I see. I suppose he moved in while away overseas. Alright, let's check the rest of the hallway before we do testimony work. Wait, there's more? I did not crash! I'm still alive! I noticed sign of fourth entry. And according to the guard, no signs of the lock was picked either. Which means the door really was open with the key. Did you have to ask if any prints were listening to the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob near the whistle. Wipe, they think. Whoever the thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. There, we got it now. Wait, what? More? The floor? I bet the thief's not under here. Oh, God. Sounded to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. There we go. Alright, now I'm talking to Maggie. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. Meh. I can't let the chance to pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with X. So, let's jog the memories. So when did you discover the master key was missing? 1 in the morning, sir. I noticed it was back around 2:30. Just sit on the ledge where the security room reception window is. But I'm sure that between those times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Okay. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? Ah, not like that, sir. We always kept the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for the time, correct? Well, I admit, I was a bit careless, but I have my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the key? Got some new information. So, you used it? What do you mean by you used the master key? All I had to use to open the door for the prosecutor who I forgot his. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key, it was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. It was around midnight. Mr. Portman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when... Still alive here. Alex here is playing my... How long does this last? Okay, that one was actually pretty darn scary. Alice, don't use that one anymore. Please stick with the regular blue screen, not the Windows 11 one. Wait, Windows 11. My PC is I swear up and down, it's hanging on by a thread. I don't want to push it anymore, I really don't. Well, that's when you loan the master key to him? No way, it's against regulations to loan the key out to anyone. I walked Mr. Portman to his office and opened the door for him personally. I see. And then what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come up, close his office up as he's leaving to go home. That was around 1:30, I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Talk about suspicious. I doubt you could say you never left your keys at home, detective. I think it's called for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Alright, now the other two items. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Faze is always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once I let him play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person that ever taken the shot was Portsman. All Mr. Faze does, they're passing the ball, sir. On second thought, I don't think I have fit in at all with that well with them. Oh. Now I see it. You want to work out and glass of the tube right now? Good grief. How the heck am I supposed to do that? Alright, Alan, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take both of them and split them in half. Split them up. Glasses one time, and then second, and then work on style. Okay. So I gotta zoom in first. Turn the tracker on. And then hit the button for 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Oh, right, I'm done. I think it's all time being increased the weight on these, the resistance weight on these. $10. You still only get 2 minutes of workout time. Oh. What was that? Was that a current jump scare? Other arm? I honestly can't reach chat this distance. One more second.
Skill issue.
Ha ha! Very funny, hero. Two minutes. That's 2 minutes. On second, I don't think I fit into them at all. Well, at all. All right, Maggie yourself. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it you're an acquaintance with the detective. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she caught cop in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night, you got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry. I don't think you can be better at someone at Ace Attorney than he, or much of anything. Alex. Sammy, Alex. I don't think that that's really possible to do that. You play the game. You just get. It's like it's a visual novel. As for Mario Party, I believe it. Everyone's better than me in that game. That last game for Christmas, I just got lucky. I just played it right, I guess. Since I was 6 months old, when I fell off the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I want to get you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You can't actually suck at Ace Attorney. Yeah, I know. I don't actually suck. I'm okay at it. But I do need to pop a hint every now and then for myself. That's for like cases 5 or whatever. The really hard stuff. And especially when you leave it alone for like a month and then come back halfway through. Trust me on this one, ladies and germs. Don't ever just drop a game of Ace Attorney case and then come back to it a month later. You have to restart from the beginning. It's annoying. Speaking of Sammy, how are you doing tonight? I'll be out of these glasses in a moment, by the way. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Oh. Nor do you need to worry about nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation. But I can sort of see it happen. I won't suck. I just play. I won't rush to inspect every suspicious nook and cranny. Room 1203. I think that this is Portman's office. Mr. Portman's office. Yeah, I can't mistake that basketball hoop, sir. Well, that reminds me, Mr. Portman actually wanted room 212-2 really badly. But since you are occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him in next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portman so pissed about getting room 212-2? I'm not sure, but I bet it's something like his birthday is December 2nd? I can think of at least 3. Bah, why do you waste time thinking about this? Yeah, so... Speaking of which, Alex, Sammy, is anyone actually streaming that, the Mario Party game? That you and Greg, Gregarious are setting up? I'm just kind of curious, because it might be a good raid target. The door is locked tight. Yeah, I bet old credit card took when we work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burger can get through them. Well, I guess only a great calculator can get in. That must be our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Ouch. I mean, let's look Kathy's door made a top. I think we saw this one already. I can ask Greg. Alright. Cool. Thank you very much. If not, it's okay. I don't mind. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Oh, Winston Payne, Gossip Payne, and whatever, and so Payne just got dissed by being janitors. There's still more. The basketball hoop. It's Mr. Portman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of the prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't got all I was trying to find to get to your office since I've been here. How long have had the same office yet you still managed to get lost? Okay, that's good. 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 Gold. Gold. Okay, the only thing left to do is do some deduction and other stuff. Master key is stolen. So the only two pieces of logic I can see right now are these two. Let's see what happens. Got plenty of logic to work with. Oh, it worked. Where's my mouse? There it is. I'm just working my my Surface over for emergency viewing. I keep my my stream health gauge up on our computer up at all time. That way it doesn't hit my main computer where I stream from, and it keeps everything running smoothly. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. Did I think you was a gumshoe? You said you locked up your Mr. Portman's office at around 1:30 a.m., right? I'm still here. I'm still here. Alex and Sammy just trolling my stream again. I really hate that troll. I really hate it. Because I work with Windows computers and I know how to, and I hate getting that blue screen of death. It sucks. So bad. I have half of mine disable it now. You're right. It was around that very time I realized the key was missing. And, well, I'm the card, sir. I couldn't just admit to lose the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key to make it look like I was locking up. So after you never did relock the door then? Well, I thought maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Really? Is this bot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, the key. Actually, that. There's a contrast here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight? Huh? You know, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I am certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means what? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these. Print on the knob. The print on the doorknob will tell us everything. There's no need for this blizzard nostril flaring, detective. Really? So only two people prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now, whose print should also be on this doorknob? Easy. Maggie's. Remember, she said she messed with the door and unlocked and relocked it when she didn't. Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked the door are absent? You mean, yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Huh? What do we have here? I won't rest till every nook and cranny I found. So let's see here. So we now have a new system. We can now push up, use the right stick to look around. It helps scroll scene around. That's it. What's this? Looks like a scrap paper. Oh yeah, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. I bought the 3-piece that is by, just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. Buddy. Looks like a note for the victim. Yeah, it's from Miss Portsman. Why did I miss every time? My nose is jammed up. That's why. Note left by victim data, jotted down, or neither. So, next bit of information is right here. The basketball hoop again. What's this? We're looking at, sir. Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found that the position of the hoop to be a little off. I get to shift it when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is very true, but I did graduate college when I was 25 years old. At this point in time, I'm 35, so it's been 10 years since my degree is now 10 years old. I just thought it's funny. The position of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. It's sitting in front of Mr. Portman's office. There are signs have been moved. Nice ceremony. Poking out the hallway, it actually paid off quite handsomely. Huh? How so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think the time we had a little chat with the real culprit in this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me too. I expected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir. That is anything but logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. I had to. Mr. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Sorry, just... Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it. Really? Okay, look good. You there, taking good care of this? Poor Gumshoe. Yeah. And the line view, Portsman. We got you now. Off your dog, Edgeworth. This is some kind of a joke. It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jock Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You're pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So you can stay if you promise to stay out of your own way. You tend to hide your crime under the guise of prosecuting his job. I can see right through that slightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who would ever thought it would become to this? After you come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Kammer, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case in 40 long years. But there's always this incessant chatter about 4 evidences to that guy. Really teaching me that I got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is displaying yourself. Although that, too, will only dig you a hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. I knew the trick. Give me a second. Gameplay. When able, click right stick to hold so I make text windows. So if I click this. Oh, nice. If I time it right, I can get the snapshot button I need. I've been trying to get snapshots for YouTube thumbnails lately, so I got a system now. But it goes away when you push another button. I have no idea what what sort of harebrained scheme you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask, do you suppose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad for doing this to you, but I got work to do, so we're done here. Okay, so that's pretty obvious right there and there. The first two and last statement are junk. That third one's a target. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusation on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on. With evidence. Rebuttal. 4 statements this time. Pointless. Are also pointless. Here's what I want to nail. I think. But I'm gonna start with the press, but I'm not 100%.
Hold it!
Unfortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier. Especially means nothing, as I still said I cannot get access to your room. Should I raise an objection? Yes. Your claim to have no way to open my door. Is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well, then. I propose that you use this to open my door. I think I present the key.
Take that!
Got it. It's always a shot in the dark sometimes. I believe you're able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait, hold on a second. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well...
Genius!
He's tenderizing the ground!
Of course!
Write that down, write that down!
Okay, at some point, I might have to figure out a way to ban moderator from firing off commands like that. As funny as it is, it doesn't feel fair to anyone else. That you have unlimited access to all the tangents on my channel, and everyone has to use channel points or bits. So I gotta figure that out. That's right, you used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. Come on, I barely do.
Take that!
We'll see. It's something I gotta look into, that's all. Or at least constrain it down to like maybe short test field when I'm not live. I don't know. But it's something I want to poke at. You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happened a bit too often in my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it? But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked it out and played to be sure I was opening the right door. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yeah. What if you had misled her, the fool into thinking what you wanted? Ha! How you supposed to did that? By switching another place on a door, for example. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was your own, and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Miss Portsman used to make Mr. Portman? Hey, Garius. Just working on the case right now. So, make me think that it's his room. Oh, that's easy. This!
Take that!
Just playing some attorney investigation right now. How are you doing tonight? What the hoop? It's quite particular picture in any hallway, alone in the hallway of this building. Which is why I left it in an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a particular prosecutor. I can't talk with this guy, something. He's very... Well, he pops off peas. At the very least. That's very true, sir. There was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman. There are signs that the hoop's been moved. It's sitting in front of my office to be sure. I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I gotta open my office door. After that, I was in my room the whole time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Really? So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket is not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday. Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Oh, good. Now you're just spouting nonsense. Oh, I did this one already. So he had the girl open his office door. After that, he was room the whole time. All right, so let's go over the statements real fast from start to finish. That's total bunk. I don't have to press or present anything on that line. That is true. Not exactly. If our logic holds up, then Mr. Portsman here moved his basketball hoop and swapped the door plate numbers around to make Edgeworth's office look like his from the outside. That way, Mag will pop his Miles' door open so he can get in and do his dirty deeds, whatever they may be. So I can press on that. This I can also press on. Actually, hold on. The whole time he would have noticed the note? That's a good point. So, and I'm not sure about the, I can press on that, but I don't think it presents. So the first statement I can't do jack and diddly with. Statement 2, I can press on, but I can't really present. Statement 3, I can drop that note on present the note on. Statement 4, I can press, but I cannot do anything else. Let's start with the pressing from 2, 3, and 4.
Hold it!
Use the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that. That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in a labyrinth of some sort for people like you. Oh, that wasn't helpful.
Hold it!
And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Where are you going through your law books from start to finish? Maybe batting practices and weights. Oh, and a jog when I get the chance. Wow, you must be buff as perfectly we have. With the weakest legal muscle, it would seem. I'll do my usual workout, so... And point 3.
Hold it!
I think I've given quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
But none of those would stand up on their own.
Objection!
Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
I love a good bit of objection to bounce about. You seem to be trembling a little bit. One more little bit. All I have to do is find the flaw in testimony. So this is where I'm really sus on. See, he says he was in the room the whole time. Wouldn't he have found this note then? So I'm going to present.
Objection!
And because the music went quiet, we got it. That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you? What were you doing? We just shattered the alibi like a fine china. Shall I explain in full detail? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
Oh, I love the background music. Listen. This is corn, but lying coldly. Oh, it's always good music. That's just nonsense. You have no evidence I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
Take that!
I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What does that have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob that she touched. Further, all the prints on my doorknob have been wiped clean off. Okay, I'm just looking at something. Hold on. Add effect. Control, delay, equalizer, gate, RHS. Huh? Cool. I'm just mucking around with my audio for my gaming. I'm gonna have to muck around with it later. For all the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think the time you gave of your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Face found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds come from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portman, you killed Mr. Face to silence him. I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. Hmm? And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that looks like the seriousness in this. Well, that looks like the seriousness on the face of this office's fine prosecutor. Ugh. Mouth, work today. As to make the huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? But you had to explain it all, and you even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery in just the midst of the crime already. He hasn't broken down yet. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can really confess that I have wiped that doorknob down well. I'm a little obsessive compulsive. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down so like I could after you opened the door. After I made perfect sense that only Jim's and my prints would be on there. You just made it up now. You just made it up now, just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left me, you know exactly when that was left. Well, you know, you could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even Jeans fail at times. I'm probably too occupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. That's just a flat lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here. Portsmouth is a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you said. I only just realized I have one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us. I told you sooner. What a jerk. All right, let's see the alibi. If memory serves, you came back to his office around 2 in the morning, right? It was then they had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. Corroborate my story. I can't pronounce that at all. I am not really good at speaking these days, am I? It's a perfect alibi. Do you really think that it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. It says we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 in the morning. All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Okay. Yeah, Miles admitted that earlier, so I can't just say. How would you know that? Okay. Excuse me, a little tired. All right, so all 4 statements are fairly locked down. We can't really do much with them. I kind of like that shot. Hold on. Right second, down, I left. Got it. So I can't really present any evidence on any of these statements, unfortunately. There's not much I can really do. All right. So I really can't do any evidence. So. I have no evidence that can really block that. If I wasn't supposed to show that, I apologize. You came back to his office at around 2 in the morning, correct? Well, then you had the unfortunate culprit. Unfortunately, the way I can't present anything, so I can try pressing, see if I can bust anything out. You are correct. It was around 2 in the morning. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you spot on at the time. I remember checking my watch then and make no mistake, it was 2. Oh, give testimony like a pro. So you came, okay, so you came back to your office at 2. It was then you had that unfortunate confrontation with that gunpoint with the culprit.
Hold it!
It was as you say, however, yes, however, you are the only one who claimed to have bumped into the guy. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Or was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters if you ran into the culprit. But exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
So you paid criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask about, I'm sure the other detectives will collaborate with my story. It's a perfect alibi.
Hold it!
Last press. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm his testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that time. See, I had the perfect alibi. That's the 8th I had on my sleeve. Possibly he actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why is someone looking at my face? Can't you see anything back, Miles Edgeworth? I think we reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Yes, sir. Please just get the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. Oh boy, that's not good. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If only I had a clue that I missed something that helped me cast doubt on an alibi. That to get more logic, I need to calmly think it through one more time, and with logic. Alright, so. There we go. Evidence points to the shell being disturbed once before and once after the murder. But who would say the person who did it the second time is the same as the first? Which could mean that there's another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Back to logic, and there's only two pieces to pull here. If indeed there were two culprits, then that resolves the conscience behind our murder weapon. Despite the fact that there are two bulls here in this room, the murder weapon only shows sign of being fired once. Remember, the revolver was only shot once in the start of the episode, leading the possibility that the other bullet was fired from the other visitor's gun. Furthermore, if we suspect that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Objection! I like that. Snapshot! Mr. Portsman, it seems that the men might have assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth? Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran to was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran to was your average thief. A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of a contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It just means the killer was someone else. And it means in actuality, two culprits stole into my office tonight. What? Two? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there are two guns. Mr. Portman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now I just lean the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portman. And then, if you are really innocent, you have nothing to worry about. Now then, turn to my scenario. Mr. Portman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelf. This is the first time. So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Right, and then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he knows sound coming from my office would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came to his office to check it out. Yeah, to those watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to know when I post the video. Correct, and as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when I came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portman was not so merciful to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... boom! He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith, catch him in the act of stealing. Oh, he's getting nervous! This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one landing my files. Follow that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do so because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, since it were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there is yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There's another visitor? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This is the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. They just stole an old file, right? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second full of fire during that brief encounter. So the shells get messed up twice, and 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing these things at 2 different times. Precisely. And so now you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and it was not, in fact, Mr. Face Killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran to the other person is now irrelevant. Oh, yeah. Time for church. Whoa! Woo! Oh, that felt good. Because now we know the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
Oh my goodness. He's... What's so funny, pal? Perhaps this explains your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Yeah, he's got it. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition was that I was the first visitor. Oh, I know where he's going with this. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't... You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is right. Oh. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down in criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around that here after I left. So you think we should out there look for the thief? I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Continue where we left off, shall we? Oh, he's nervous again. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Okay. The thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? Oh, I said I already read. I'm not reading these right.
Hold it!
Hold it? Actually, no, I wouldn't. But why not? That elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Bay's killer was very clearly left these letters on the spine of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the old files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were set up and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, don't you think they would try to undermine themselves? Or maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yeah, that was it. Maybe, just maybe. He's losing his composure. Even though he was showing his face. We should out there looking for that thief right now. They might be still nearby. Yeah.
Hold it!
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they get what they're really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. Ah, stuff like that. I have no idea anything. After all, I hate to repeat it, but as I said, I was training in my room.
Hold it!
According to Mr. Faith's note, hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left a note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at different times, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. Alright. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down in criminal affairs.
Hold it!
More. Why didn't you go to Mr. Faith? He's starting to do it now. Ah, that's because he said he was tired and going to take a nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? There are things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems to be too crucial. Let's flip through the crack. Really? Press on that. A gun and a pendant. Yeah, this gun was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. Wait a minute. Interesting silver horse. And why are we taking to the criminal affairs? There's something in a past case I wanted to compare these two to. All of this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyways, I believe you find a long paper trail I left to your satisfaction. It's all matching up with it's all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
Hold it!
I can't expect you to know, can I? Oh, then let's see you deduce. Right. For a purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bird caught red-handed and the murder occurred. It's all exactly how as I laid out earlier. I know he's lying. I know he's here on the scene of crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Wait, hold on a second. He had 2 items, right? Hello there. Hello there, my lovely competition. Objection.
Objection!
Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's the piece of evidence. Here's the piece I think you should read carefully. I said that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces. Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe they get tripped up by a simple arithmetic. Check. Where is the missing piece of evidence? Ooh, that's another good one. You have it, don't you? Only the guilty make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Don't get closer, I'm warning you. It's all part of the investigation, pal. Don't even think about stopping me. No! Hey, what's this? He had this on, sir. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why do you hide something like that? Well, one reason why anyone would hide evidence like of this caliber, because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Almost there. He's about to crack, and we get the base part. We get one of the best parts of any Ace Turing game. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that would drive the last nail into his coffin. Well, first things first, KG8 incident. The KG8 incident. That's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case? Interesting. Oh, it's recorded on it isn't what's important right now. Let's get this casing a thorough once over. We'll be seeing a lot more KG8 in the future. That's blood, isn't it? Yes, I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. No, you got it all wrong. No amount of doubt can save you. We have to run a blood test to find the truth. Here it comes. You told us you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video casing. Yeah, totally sus. Was it the moment of his death? The detective face had this videotape on his person when you killed him. You know very well there's no way to prove that. Now if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Ah! If I had to take a guess, I'd say the only ones here would belong to the mysterious, the murderous you and Mr. Faith. Did I take a bad picture? Oh, wait, one more time. Got it. Here it comes, my favorite part! Breakdown! I didn't know that was a chocolate metal. Huh, I didn't know that was chocolate metal. Mr. Portland has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddyface. Sir? Very good. And the results we got back from the lab checks are on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blower came back and it's definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And out of the bonus, they're also able to look at Mr. Faith's prints as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Edgeworth. Jokingly, I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in the murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. Oh, nothing. Not really compared to what I've been through, I mean. I deserve a lucky that it's only a burglary and a murder this time. That's lucky? If it had been a hold-up or a hostage, I have thrown my hands up in the air, sir. I think I'm finally rising up from a guise of misfortune, just an unlucky person. Something tells me we should have a different person for security. You know something, sir? That Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And say he described not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. We never did get around to asking what his reason for breaking into my office. Yeah, whatever we got the other time, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain it was to steal something. This is between me and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization involved behind the cases. Oh, well. With Mr. Portland not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credit to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portland isn't a bad guy? I didn't say that. But rather, there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out this piece of evidence. Right. Not that. This.
Take that!
The person who stole this file. The other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who that was. And what happened to the stolen pages. I wonder. Who in the world was it held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes. I came across this while I was crossing your office earlier. This card. What is it? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. The three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? The great thief that everyone's talking about? Yes, it's the mark of the great thief. Yatagarasu. God, that's hard. That's some hard pronunciation. I got it right. On the mark of the legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The thief has always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once the target is shown, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with a single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu last appearance. Miles Edgeworth, look, something written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the content of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu, organization. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this history. Oh, that's nice looking off. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu. I can't believe I pronounced that so well. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incident that began to occur 2 days ago. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is case 1. So, this case is actually case 3, if in chronological order, I think. The first case, the first true case, well, we'll deal with next week. We'll deal with later, okay? For now, I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. It's a little early, but I know how long these things are going to get. And I know if I start this one and start the next one, I'm going to be killing myself trying to get everything working correctly. And I'll drive myself a little nutty. I don't want to do that. So, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. So, let me get set up here. Let's see here. Now, who is available for to take my stream away? Who am I following that can take the stream away? I really should stop pushing that button, though. I probably ain't gonna say no. I'm not gonna raid for a couple of reasons. The main one being that if I do, I mean that it'll get pulled away from the New Year parties. I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna call it a night. All right. Anyways, that's it for me tonight, guys. If you don't like what you saw, drop a follow on me on Twitch to know when I go live, because it's a simple way to keep my content in the long run. I have 3 offlines as it is: a Twitter /X, a Discord server, and a YouTube channel. For the Twitter, I just go follow it if you can for schedule updates, go live moments, thank yous, that sort of thing, as well as some random moments here and there. Discord is where I talk the most, so I respond better than I talk, so give that a peek when you get a chance. Don't forget to agree to the rules before you get in there, or you will not be able to see or access anything. And finally, for the YouTube channel, it's where I'm dropping all my VODs. I probably will going to do a little bit of work on this one, just to be on the safe side, before I post it. So, I probably won't see it till way later anyway, so... Anyways, drop a follow. Head over to my YouTube channel in the links. I got my... And to hit the subscribe button and the bell to know when I post a new one. Okay? Mostly just VOD tanks, but I am working on some, trying to do some raw posts and stuff. So, might be some VR videos too. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow when I start the other game series I've been neglecting. And I won't tell you right now. All right, so have a great night. See you next year. Laters. Bye.